What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Jesse and I ride a Ducati Xdiavel, and today I want to talk to you guys about the ride comfort on this Ducati Xdiavel. Let's hop on this bike and let's go for a ride and talk about it. Yeah, boy, I got the Termi exhaust on this bike. So before we get into the video, do me a favor, guys, hit that subscribe button. One subscriber goes a long way here on this YouTube platform. If you haven't been here, this is Old Sacramento. If you're ever in town, you got to stop by and check this place out. I like to come here on the weekday because on the weekend it's just way too packed. But anyways, guys, let's talk about this Ducati Xdiavel. Let's talk about the ride comfort. Is this bike comfortable? So if you're looking for a comfortable bike, this Ducati Xdiavel might not be for you. And I hate to say that because I love this Ducati Xdiavel. I don't want to say that this bike is the most uncomfortable bike out there, because it's not. And I don't want to say it's the most comfortable bike out there, because it's not. So it kind of all depends on what you're looking for out of your motorcycle, what you're looking for out of this Ducati Xdiavel. Basically, if you're around town, this bike is going to be perfect for you. This bike is perfect around town. I love this bike for around town, for doing what I'm doing right now, just riding around, getting out the house, going for a ride, just around your city. It's perfect for that. But if you want to go on a long trip, that's when you start running into problems, because this bike wasn't designed for long trips. Yeah, it's a cruiser, but I wouldn't recommend taking this bike on long trips. Just the riding position. I took this bike to San Francisco from Sacramento, and man, was I feeling it. My back was tore up. And I don't have any major back issues. It's just sitting in that position for a long time. Right here in front of the Capitol, guys. So the riding position wasn't built for long distance trips on this bike. You're more, yeah, it's a cruiser bike, but you're more in a sporty cruiser position, if that makes sense. Kind of like a C shape. So your hands, your body, your legs. So your body's more of in a C position, which gets very uncomfortable after a long distance ride. But around town, this bike is perfect for quick rides. This bike is perfect to get you around town. It's just when it comes to those long distance trips, it could really start tearing up your guys out here liking the Ducati. This bike does draw a lot of attention, if you guys haven't noticed. This bike is more than capable of taking you on a long trip, right? So like me, I bought the side bags, I bought the windshield, and it helped out. But there's really nothing you can do. There's really nothing you can do about the ride position and the suspension. So about the suspension, you're gonna feel every single bump in the road. And that's another reason why, I would say this bike isn't good for long distance trips and is not a comfortable bike. But don't let that scare you off, guys. Like, this bike is an awesome bike. I love this bike. I would even consider getting another Ducati Xdiavel down the road. How much fun you could have on this bike outweighs how uncomfortable this bike is. Woo! On that Ducati, baby. Yeah. You have so much fun on this bike, you learn to deal with how comfortable this bike is. Do I wish Ducati put a better, softer suspension on this bike? Maybe. But maybe this bike was built this way for a reason, so that way you have that sporty feel to it. And this bike technically is a cruiser, but it feels like a sport bike, and it rides like a sport bike. So I want to say it's a sport cruiser. It's kind of that in-between hybrid that you really can't find anywhere else. There's not a lot of bikes out there like this one. Oh, I gotta get up in front. I can't do this. I can't be in back of the line when I got a motorcycle, especially when the light is taking forever. So as of right now, I've been riding this bike for about an hour, and I feel good. I have no issues, no pains. I'm not cramped. I feel good. But it's when you get to the 2 hours, the 3 hours, the 4 hours, the all-day trips, that's when you start having issues on this Ducati Xdiavel. Especially it being a naked bike. It just wasn't designed to be a long-distance bike. And that's okay. That's not what you buy this bike for. You buy this bike to have fun on. You want a cruiser, but also you don't want to give up that sporty feeling. That's why you buy this bike. And on rare occasions, yeah, you could take this bike on long distance trips. You're gonna have a sore back, but you'll be okay, right? It's just on rare occasions. But I absolutely wouldn't trade this bike for no other bike. I love this Ducati Xdiavel, and I need this bike in my garage at all times, especially now that I got the Termi exhaust on this bike. But yeah, guys, so the ride comfort is not great on this bike, but it's not the worst. I'm sure there's worse bikes out there, but for the fun factor you get out of this bike, it makes up for it. And you learn to live with the ride comfort you get out of this bike. So that's about it for the ride comfort, guys. Don't expect this bike to be like a Harley Davidson or an Indian motorcycle. Those are real cruisers, right? You get the full comfort out of those bikes. This is more of a sport cruiser. This is a sport cruiser, so you're going to get that sport cruiser comfort out of this bike. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next video, do me a favor, check out some of my older videos, and if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I want you guys here a part of this channel. But alright guys, so until next video, take care of yourselves and keep riding. Deuces.